Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching the last episode of the second season of Prison Break. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. And speaking about links in the description, we have been running our most liked to dislike characters of season 2, and as it is the final episode, your results and mine will be shown in today's introduction. If you're not interested in that, no worries, use the timestamps, click on it, it'll take you to the main video. But obviously everybody that's taken part, I'm sure you want to see who you guys have chosen, so let's just jump over there and see the results right now. We are our most disliked characters of season 2. Now obviously if you've been watching the show, which I believe everybody has with me along the way, you will already know who my choice is going to be this season. I've been pretty much banging on about this guy, doing my head in. It's his smug face, honestly, it really is. I've got to be honest, I'll say fair play to him. You know, at the back end of the season, he started to get his hands a little bit dirty. Now we did see him say to Mahomes when he was locked in the cage that, you know, stuff's going bad when he has to come out and get his hands dirty, and he doesn't like doing that. Do you know what I mean? And he's been the one pulling the strings and instructing everybody and, you know, causing all of this chaos. And, yeah, he's a new character into the show, and he is the one that's taking my most dislike this season. I'd be very surprised if everybody else has chose other people. Now, I can say that I do think that people like Bellic, he could possibly get one, you know, but again, I'm going to reiterate what I said in season 1 with Bellic. He's annoying in a different way. His actual character story that he's been given this season has been quite good, actually. I've really enjoyed it. Where Kim, for example, he's just annoying all round in general, where like Bellic, his storyline's kind of good and I like watching it. And I would kind of move that onto Mahomes as well, if I'm being totally honest. Like in certain situations here and there, he does stress me out. He is really annoying. And you know, we seen last episode, he wanted Michael to come and bring the 5 million towards him, didn't he? So that he could kind of sail off into the sunset and try and get away from the company and everything as well, from all these things that Kim's been making him do. Again, like I said, he could be one. I reckon that the top 3 will probably easily be Mahomes, Kim and Bellic. It just depends on what order. Like I said, I'm choosing Kim on this one. I'd be interested to see who everybody else has chose. Okay, so here is the most disliked characters of season 2. And as you can tell, Bill Kim has absolutely won it by a total landslide. 58.33% of the votes. 21 for him. Bellic has got 4 votes. And Mahomes and Cino 3 each. Now, interestingly, if you're interested for the Patreon, they did have Kim number 1 as well. No surprise there. Now, Bellic was in 2nd place, but in 3rd place was Mahone and Teabag tied with 1. Now, I know it's only 1. You can see that Teabag still only got that one there. Now, what I do find more interesting than that is people watch this season and think that Sucre and Tweener are more annoying than Bill. It's crazy, isn't it? Everybody's different opinions. I know they've got one, but somebody has chosen that, unless they meant to do it on the most liked characters. Now again, you know, Bellic, I can totally get where he's coming from. He's been up and down all season. He's been quite funny, but he's been quite annoying. It's his consistent self, isn't it? Literally, you know what you're going to get with him, and he doesn't disappoint. He plays it totally to perfection, and he's gone round hunting him down. He wants his money. That's all he is. He's just blind by it. Money, money, money. Do you know what I mean? Teabag's the same as well. We could see him this season, you know, basically tried to steal it himself, didn't he? And it's caused a bit of chaos along the way. I'm pretty gutted, to be honest, that Tweener's been killed. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying he's the greatest character of all time, but the way he went out, it was pretty tight from Mahomes. It really, really was. And I can understand why he's obviously dipped into the 3rd spot. But, you know, this one was a bit obvious for me. I knew that he was going to win the most disliked Kim because he was just annoying from the moment he was introduced. It's his facial expressions, his smugness. And to be honest, I've got to give him a bit of credit. I never thought that he had the ability to go in and get his hands dirty himself. And towards the end, he started actually getting in there. So fair play to him. But you're still not going to redeem yourself. And, you know, most people in agreement, 58% of you also think that he's the most disliked. So now I can't wait to jump over to the most liked, because this is the one that I don't know what everybody's going to choose. Now here we are. This is the most liked characters list, and I've got to say I'm kind of struggling, to be honest, who I'd actually pick this season. Now, usually in shows when I pick the most liked characters, it's really stand out people that have done lots of things in the season that I can get behind and champion and say those are great decisions. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like here on this show we don't really have that. I feel like we have good character episodes, and I feel like we focused in on different characters throughout the season, which is pretty good because we had quite a lot of storylines going on, like with, you know, with Roy and Bellick trying to go after the money, obviously with the Mahomes and the killing situations and looking into him. You got the Michael, obviously, and Lincoln always running away. The Sarah one on her own, trying to get taken down. You know, Dad being killed, she's being chased. You know, Killerman as well, going after her. Tweener, like I said, being on his own a little bit and getting pulled away from everybody and being kind of, I don't know, manipulated and tried to obviously be throwing everybody under the bus, like I was just saying, from Mahomes himself. Sucre's gone to get Mary Cruz, and he spent most of the season, it feels like anyway, or definitely the back end, away on his own in Mexico trying to run away, and then Bellick's come back and he's grabbed him, and I feel like there's a lot of going on in everybody's kind of storylines, but like I don't feel like all of them are kind of been together like last season when you could say, yo, that's really good from that character, or this one. So I'm gonna have to pick on like moments that people that I've kind of like enjoyed, or people who've been logical. Like, that's how I kind of see things. Like, to be honest, Michael's a great character, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the most liked character. But I also feel like, to me, in the season, he's kind of put lots of pressure on himself. He's blaming himself, and like he's moaning here and there. And I feel like somebody who's actually thinking logical and quite sensibly and thinking positive and stuff is Lincoln. And I've actually really enjoyed Lincoln, and he's definitely a contender for me. Also, I feel like for T-Bag's point of view, his character is just mad, and like it doesn't mean that I have to like what he's doing, but he provides me entertainment, and that is why, again, I would not be surprised if he's in the top 3. And you know what, I think I voted him last season, and he definitely, again, like I said, he's in contention in this one. And I do feel like Sucre, even though he's kind of been away from everybody and all that stuff, going after Mary Cruz, and the effort that he's put in to get her has been very good as well. I really enjoyed watching all of them. But I'm just going to go on a curveball here, just pick a random character, and I'm going to pick Lincoln just for his logical thinking, the way he's been trying to speak to Michael, his calmness in situations. He actually stands up and tries to fight and get on his side as well. Do you know what I mean? He was kind of unlucky that he got beat off Mahomes last episode, if I'm being totally honest, you know. Lincoln as well, do you know what I mean? He said to Michael, look, I know we're not where we want to be and what you envisage, but the whole goal was to get me out of prison, and you've done that, and I appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of hooked up with LJ as well, you know, kind of got him off into school and stuff, and he has suffered. He lost Veronica last season as well. I know Michael suffered and lost Sarah now, but you don't hear him moaning about it and banging on about it and going on. So, I don't know, I like his character. I don't think he's utilised enough, but I do like him. He's going to take my one this season. Like I said, there's no massive standout ones, so I'm going to see who you guys have chosen. Here we are on our most liked characters of Season 2, and interestingly, as I was just saying there, you know, T-Bag, he could be at the top of the most liked, and he could be at the top of the most disliked as well. But he has taken top spot. Very interesting there. I'm very surprised, really, if I'm being honest, about this this vote. Now, I picked Lincoln because he's been decent in Season 1, and I feel like he had more screen time in Season 2, and I've enjoyed him. To be honest, Killerman's not a bad shout. You know, it actually isn't a bad shout. I feel like he's had a good, solid season, honestly, he really has. But T-Bag, Michael and Mahomes, and it's pretty close. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is so tight. If you take that one vote out, all 3 of them have got the gold medal. Literally, they all cross the finish line at the same time. But no, literally 0.01 seconds further than everybody else. T-Bag has took the win. And again, you know, unpredictable character, very interesting, fantastic actor. You know, you've got to give him credit. What a great actor. Mahomes, first season introduced, you know what I mean? Going head-to-head with Michael with the strategic games. Again, very interesting. Can't obviously blame anybody for choosing them. It's been a really good battle between them. Who's been one step ahead the whole time? I feel like his acting's been really good as well, honestly. I really do. And I like how it's obviously brought out a different side of Michael. You know, he's got to think harder and stronger, and he's got somebody to compete against on the same level. It's been a great second season, and you know, I'm really liking this top 3, to be honest. I think this is the closest I've ever had on any show that we've posted on the channel. And then obviously, just to comment for the Patreon, they had Lincoln at number 1, surprisingly. It seems like nobody else has voted since then. T-Bag and Michael joined second place and third, so very interesting that. It didn't really change much, really, to be honest, apart from obviously them 2 moving up and Mahomes sneaking in over Lincoln. It's a good mix, that. Really, really good. You know, it's not as obvious as the most disliked, who absolutely dominated it. I've enjoyed this season, and I've enjoyed these votes, and this is why I love doing it. So thanks so much for everybody who's taken part. So I'd just like to pop back onto the screen again to say you guys are absolutely amazing. Thanks for keeping the series going. Thanks for engaging, going on the Patreon, going on the YouTube, commenting, enjoying it with me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's finale. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Getting you out of here. I got 3 weeks.
Hey, he looks mad there, Lincoln Ball, doesn't he? Look at him.
SONA, beer, my friend. Please, magic mushrooms. If I don't got it, I can get it.
Beat it.
You've lost, Michael.
And you're gonna lose a whole lot more. Unless you tell me right here, you're gonna bring me the money, you're gonna bring me the boat.
People I was working for.
They kind of sold me down the river. Would have jumped ahead of you a few spots on the public enemy list.
Where are you?
Miraflores shipping docks, just outside of Panama City. It's a big warehouse right on the water.
What I'm about to divulge to you will, in all likelihood, get me killed. This is supposed to be about country, about loyalty. I wronged people who should not have been wronged. The orders were given by Carolyn Reynolds, who was vice president. Procured a body. I lured Lincoln Burrows into that parking garage. Lincoln Burrows gets executed. People forget about Terrence Steadman, the controversy surrounding him and the presidency.
I fail to see how any of this is relevant to Sarah Tancredi and the fact that she aided and abetted, that she jumped bail.
She did so because she feared for her life, as I had orders to kill her.
Mate, that's crazy, isn't it, that he's ready to reveal all of that. Now, obviously, that's been exposed to this courtroom alone so far. I'd be interested to see if it actually stands and gets spread out into the general public, you know, and the news outlets, because, you know, you see how they've squashed information already, haven't we? He knows how the system works, and he's just said going into there that basically him revealing this information is pretty much going to be signing his own death warrant. And they've just turned around and said, well, why are you doing it then? And, you know, we know last episode he was going to kill himself anyway, wasn't it? So he might as well actually, you know, kill himself, technically, by taking everybody down with him. You know what I mean? He thought he was doing his country proud, doing the orders and doing the right thing, but now obviously looks back on it. He was just another number. They've squashed him. They don't care about him. And, you know, he's ready to take them all with him. I said it when he was deleting his pictures, do you know what I mean? When Kim was like, erase him, take him away. It's like, mate, are you daft? Like, you think that he's not got records, information, phone conversations, names, emails, locations, peoples, hierarchy, levels, ranks, whatever you want to call it? This guy will know. And if you don't, you are stupid. You know, I would say anybody who's in a position like him in the government right now is, I wouldn't say take information and take data, because that is asking to be taken down. But what I would do is just keep records and files of locations, people, and positions, because I feel like they always turn their back on you like this. And I'd be interested to see now if they do get their innocence proved. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. And then obviously what happens with these after it. It's good that we're concluding his storyline. I feel like he is probably going to go and get put in prison. Like I said last episode, I was asking a bit here and there, if he was following orders from the president, doing these actions, would it kind of help your situation? But I don't think it would do. You know what I mean? I still think you go down as a killer.
You still in the magic business?
Siempre.
In light of this evidence, I guess to you is whether your time and resources are best spent in pursuing charges against Dr. Tancredi.
My office will drop all charges effective immediately. I'd like to devote my time and attention in prosecuting this man.
It's good knowing you, sir.
He full on knows that's the end of himself, doesn't he? He does, he knows it.
When you get them where they need to be, I want to come down there for visual confirmation.
Michael said that it's going to take 24 hours to get to him, but we didn't see Lincoln take 24 hours to get to that location, did we, last time?
Sorry, it's me. I can only assume the worst. I just want you to know that I made it. Anyway, you remember when if by some miracle you do get this, I need you to listen close.
Fallout from all this. The purported killer, Lincoln Burrows, will be exonerated of all charges, effective immediately.
Oh, that's interesting, because Lincoln's a free man, but Michael technically isn't. You know what I mean? Like, I know that Lincoln's escaped from prison, but when you look at the situation, we can understand why. The guy was sentenced to death for something that he was fakely, falsely accused of, and now it's been proven that he's innocent. So, like, he clearly would be given an innocent man. Now, Michael did commit a crime prior to being put inside a Fox River. Now, if I was the government or whoever, what I would actually propose is Michael get no additional time for the escape, because the extreme circumstances, knowing that his brother was innocent, led him to try and prove that he was innocent, which nobody listened to. So it forced him in that direction. So I would kind of look at it and say, yes, okay, you broke out, but we'll drop those charges, you know. But you're still going to be in prison for the charges that you was currently there for, which is like 5 years, is it not? So maybe next season we get Michael being inside and Lincoln being outside, and Lincoln trying to do what Michael done in the first season and getting him out. It's like roles reversed. You know, you got one innocent and one guilty, and then you flip it. Now Michael's guilty and Lincoln's innocent, and he tries to get him out. It would be exciting, but he wouldn't be as good as Michael. He's not as clever.
He doesn't know he's still planning on running. Okay, I gotta go to him.
What's that, about 3,000 miles then?
It is, so we're gonna have to swing by my hotel, and then you're gonna have to get me to the airport because...
Stars are finally aligning, sir. I assume we both know which one that is.
We talked about getting back together, about giving it another shot.
Yes, and I said that maybe we could.
What about Colombia?
I mean, I suppose we could maybe do 2 weeks at the end of the summer.
Is that a yes? It's a yes, right?
Yes, yes.
I know what's important now. I know what matters.
I don't know, I should go.
Just come be with me, Pam.
Would have waited until I was free before I called her, if I was being honest.
Eso es 30% de toda la sangre en su cuerpo. Que a daño a los riñones, cerebro, hasta se puede morir.
La embajada americana, por favor.
He's bleeding right through that vest, you know, he's proper bleeding out.
I'm looking for a friend. A missing American friend. Name? Billy.
Hey, do I get to call my lawyer or what?
He's a perfect cast for his, like, kind of role that he's been given. Oh, here we go. Look, Teabag's coming.
That's him? That's the guy. He's the one that killed that girl.
You're out there with a royal flush, and you're in here with a busted straight. Hardly seems right, does it?
Your hand don't look much better.
Maybe I got an ace up my sleeve.
Le traigo un muchacho con bastante dinero. ¿Qué diablos es eso? No, 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 tranquilo. Solo quiere hacer negocio.
I was told we could make a deal.
You're a long ways from home, boy. There ain't no deal for you here. ¿Estás loco? ¿Trayendo un policía aquí?
Online. Type in Michael Schofield.
He's got a bounty on his head, isn't he? He's a wanted man. And interestingly, you know, I would say never judge a book by its cover. That's a prime example. For one, anyway, you know, he's thinking that Michael can't offer him anything just because of his appearance. The best example of that I could ever give anybody. I know it's a Fast and Furious film, but Ludacris or whoever it is, they go into one of the car shops and the guy will, like, he looks at him and he's thinking, mate, you can't afford anything in here. And he don't give him no time of day. And he's like, I can't afford anything. I'm going to buy every single car in this shop right now. I want your pants. I want your suit jacket. I want you, you know, I want your watch. I want your socks. You're getting left in your boxes, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm buying everything. And that's just a typical thing. Do you know what I mean? Just because somebody looks one way don't mean that they can either buy something or they can offer you good deals or whatnot. And Michael's a clear example. He's obviously got to offer him something better, because if he searches him online, he's worth, is it 100 grand? And Lincoln too. So I wonder what he's proposing him. Maybe he's thinking that it's going to be a setup where Mahomes is going. Do you know what I mean? Like when he turns up to Lincoln, he's thinking that he's going to get arrested. So he might need these guys as backup to come in and kind of like protect him, because you can see they got weapons and guns there. It's just thinking fast on his feet. What can I do with the resources around there? Okay, they're going to jump me. We'll try and jump them. Hopefully I'm protected. Told you, 100 grand, didn't it, mate? So Michael's got to offer him more than that.
You just gave me 100,000 reasons to turn you in.
I guess I'll just have to give you a few more not to.
I'd call her back if I were you. Tell her to forget you were ever born. There's no way out of this.
For me, there is.
I mean, the guy's really hopeful, but I just can't see it. Do you know what I mean? Not who he works for.
Out of all the guys, all 8 of you, you were the guy who was hoping to go down in a blaze of gunfire.
Oye, señor Bellic, le vamos a mover.
What the hell is this? Hey, wait a minute. What about him?
He always licks his lips in, doesn't he? So I was like, he loves it. Look at that for a police car. It's madness, mate. He's getting put in a back like a dog in a cage. It's not, yeah, he's got no energy. Look at his bleeding. Like, he definitely needs to go back in hospital. Michael's back on his boat there, so clearly accepted his offer. Right, if he can see that boat, he must have seen Michael get offered the money then. Do you know what I mean? And double back around. Surely he's seen that.
Just promise me you'll change the name when you take it. I don't think my mother would have approved of you.
Consider it done.
Come on, Alex, you already got the boat. Show a little good faith.
The money.
Here, where are you?
I'm inside the warehouse.
Well, I'm surprised that Kim's going in on his own, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, he says that he don't like getting his hands dirty.
So you kill him and frame us. Why?
So everyone will leave me alone.
They're all yours. This isn't right where we want them.
Where did he want him?
That's your job now. Or is it something else? Another reason we're all here. Like that.
Say goodbye.
Should just shoot him straight away. Should have shot him when he walked in the room. I wonder if Michael got them people to come in as well. Is it going to be a big shootout or what? Do you know what's interesting now? Michael and Lincoln have left the boat and let him take it instead. See, right, that looks like he's being transported on his own. Now, you see when Lincoln was being transported, somebody wanted him dead. It was him actually, crashed into it, tried to kill him. Now, considering he's just give so many government secrets out and tried to take down the old president and the company, he's not making it, is he? He's just not making it. I wouldn't be surprised now if somebody blows the car up with him inside. He shouldn't be the only transport vehicle. There should be a few of them with decoys, not knowing which one that he's actually sat in. Because he must know as well that he's never making it. And if he does get put inside, somebody's just going to take him out anyway.
Why didn't you take the freeway?
A rush hour. Oh, hell. What? The engine light just came on.
Sure as he knows it. This guy's in on it. Yeah, sure. Just has to pull underneath a bridge where nobody can see them as well.
In French resistance, it was considered a high honor to face a Nazi fire. The highest honor was to smile when they shot you. Took you long enough?
Have they killed that cop as well? What about the one at the front? What's happened to him?
We got a call that this boat was used in some illegal trafficking.
It's the wrong boat, pal. You can check it if you want to. It's...
Coca.
Oh, Michael used them guys to plant cocaine on it.
Think you need to get acquainted with
Framed him.
A lot of coke to be carrying around. If you're at the helm, man.
They're doing some serious time.
So we get out of here, and we never look back.
We never look back.
It's the best I could do with the money you gave me.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Jackie, you'd be fuming if you was Lincoln, just bird wheeling all the time, technically.
Thank God I found you guys. Michael Lincoln's free. It's all over the news. Paul Kellerman came forward.
What would you do with him? Would you carry on going with Michael, or would you try and go back to your son and try and go back to a bit of normality? Do you know what I mean?
A friend of my father's getting into it, but he's pretty confident that under the circumstances, nobody's going to pursue you on this.
I need a drink. Here.
And I also feel like we focused on that gun for a second, so someone's going to be using it.
We did it.
No. You almost did it.
Oh, this guy, man, he's so annoying. I'm so happy that I put you as all disliked. You're just a little cockroach. You're always there, fighting constantly.
Take the money.
You think this is about the money? You may be done with us, but that doesn't mean we're done with you. Too bad only one of you'll survive.
Sarah shot him. How she got that pinpoint accuracy? Do you know what I mean? For the first time ever, probably shooting. I always feel like when you go in a building, you always lock yourself and trap yourself in a corner. Like, there's no way to getting out now. Look, straight away, they come straight over.
So come on out of there, and there will be no more death.
Michael, I took a man's life.
Don't think about that now. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. And we're gonna tell them what happened. Now give me the gun.
Michael's just going to walk out now. He's got the gun and it's like, it's me, nothing to do with her. I done it, I killed him. Do you know what I mean? Like last time. Oh, he's taking a hostage.
You sacrificed everything for me once. It's time to say thank you.
I knew he was going to do that, didn't I? Look, see what I mean? I knew he was going to say that. I feel like if he was in the United States, maybe that it would be classed, that situation as killing Kim as a self-defense, you know. I feel like you can maybe do that, but when you come to these foreign countries with their laws, you're not acquainted to it, you don't really know your technical rights. You know certain things here and there, but you know what I mean? That's why I should never get into trouble abroad, mate, because they're ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Like, this country could have way more worse or stricter laws than them, and it's mad, isn't it? You get so close, but yeah, so far away. So, like, we're so happy for a couple of seconds that Lincoln was innocent and free, but then now he's running, and maybe he could potentially get caught and sent down again for being involved in this murder when he actually, there's nothing to do with him. Also, the money got kicked in the water, didn't it? So, like, I know that it's kind of all wet and stuff, but technically you can still dry it out and use it, but unless somebody finds it, who knows, maybe they can remember this location and get it some other time.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. Did you buy the tickets yet?
No, I'm still looking.
Don't
What?
forget about them. Forget I ever existed.
I don't know why you wouldn't tell your loved ones the truth.
You speak English?
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for a woman, Sarah Tancredi.
She was brought in to give her statement and then released.
Oh, well, at least he's not getting sent down then. Maybe they did believe that she was innocent. Here we go. These people coming to see T-Bag. I wanted to know what deal they cut.
Getting caught wasn't part of the agreement.
I got caught running your setup. Now I got you, Schofield, down here. I got you what you wanted.
You got caught, Bagwell.
I did what you told me to do!
If you think about it, down here in Panama, you're gonna have T-Bag, Michael, Mahomes, and Bellick, seems like, all arrested. Oh, Mahomes is getting dropped off as well. Michael and Mahomes in the same location. Oh, Federal to SONA. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, SONA was the name of this episode, wasn't it?
They got him.
You know what, right, before we go into this, do you reckon that this guy changed the plans? You know what I mean? Like, at first they wanted to kill him, but when they realised that he was going to Panama, they said that they wanted SONA. I thought that was something to do with the satellites or something, but it turns out to be a prison. Now it's making me think that, you know, he was saying that they only needed one of the brothers to be alive. You know, when he was talking to Kim, never said which one it was, but obviously my assumption was that it was Michael and to kill Lincoln before obviously all of this got revealed that he was innocent and that to the whole general public. And I'm now thinking that the reason why they wanted to keep them alive and get him put in that prison is because maybe they've got somebody in there that they can't get out themselves. You know what I mean? It's seeing what Michael's able to do and how clever he is, and he's broke out of one prison before, and these guys, I mean, he seems to be high up in the government, the general, did he call him? That, you know, maybe they can't extradite somebody from Panama, because we was told a couple of episodes back that the main thing, the positive thing that Michael and Lincoln being there is nobody could come and take them back away unless you do crimes in that country and get put in prison like Michael looks like has. You know what I mean? Like, the government can't go in and remove somebody, whether it's somebody that they want, or in terms of like they think they're a free man, or like somebody that they think's a criminal and they're going to try them in the US system. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that their plan is that they need Michael to go in and break somebody out that they know. I mean, that prison there don't even look like a prison, does it? It's got no guards and nothing.
You know he's gonna break out. That's exactly what we want him to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think I guessed it right. I feel like they've got somebody in there that they want. Is that Belly? Is it? His face is busted in. It does look like him. I don't know who that is. Might be his new pimp or something. I don't know. Is that how we're finishing the season? Ah, that's how we're finishing the season. I feel like this program doesn't finish the seasons with like an amazing, exciting ending, which makes you like, oh mate, you know what I mean? I can't believe that's happened. But they always finish it in a way where you're like, you need to watch the next episode, which again, you could say is good marketing. You know what I'm saying? Because like, who's going to be watching this now not wanting to watch the next episode to see what the aftermath is, what's going on, you know, what's everybody's intentions? It was the same as last season. We had the breakout and he was running away and he was on the airstrip and he didn't get on the plane and he was running across the field and the cars was coming, and then we ended and we had to tune into this season to see them running away at the start. You know what I mean? Like, they always leave on type of cliffhanger that's not like a shocking cliffhanger, but leave it on a cliffhanger where like you have to watch the next episode so you can see a craziness that's going on. Now, something that always stresses me out is like programs when you get so close and then you're so far away, and then you're so close and then you're so far away. And like Lincoln, do you know what I mean? All season we've been trying to plead his innocence, and then it finally gets revealed today by Killerman, who's obviously been killed. And then look at it, you know, he's here, ready to sail away, he's getting on the boat, and then Kim's turned up, which, mate, I'm happy he's been killed. I mean, the person that killed him was definitely not the person that I thought was going to kill him, which is Sarah. But, you know, they're on a run again. It looks like he's actually got away, and the police are not actually tailing him down, because I think he's just turned up to the police station to ask, is Sarah Tancredi there? And they said, yeah, he just missed her. She's just done a statement. He's turned around to try and see her. She's kind of walked around the corner or whatnot. He's lost her. Looks like she's been tailed. But it looks like we're going into next season with the intention of returning to the prison system. And to me, that is a big clap. I'm actually going to clap it, because not that I didn't like this season, but I also feel like because the show's called Prison Break, I'm always associating it with some sort of escape, some sort of breakout, do you know what I mean? Some sort of, I don't know, master plan. That's how I kind of see the show. And this season, we didn't have that because obviously it's the aftermath of the escape. Totally cool, totally fine with that. Really enjoyed the season. I actually really did. And if you've not yet voted for your most liked to dislike seasons of the show, not dislike, but most liked for top 3 seasons, then the link is in the description. It'll be aggregated and you can see in the final episode of the show, which is everybody's favourite 3 seasons out of the 5 that are available. But obviously going back to here, going into a new prison system, going into a different country, you can see already that it's not as good as Fox River. I mean, you might have thought Fox River was bad, getting put in the shoe or whatnot. That's just a daily here. That's just the norm. It looks like I can't see any guards in there. It looks like drugs are running rife. Looks like, you know, it's not a good place to stay. No lights. It's damp. It's dirty. It's wet. I think it was Bellic that was on the floor, if I'm being honest. I could be mistaken, but I feel like what would be really good is moving into this season into a new prison with new characters. You know, season 1 we had a Bruiser, you know, Charles Westmoreland, we had Tweena, and obviously we got the rest of the group here with Sino. But then you're going into this season, I feel like Sino's obviously gone, Tweena, Bruiser, they're obviously gone as well, and Westmoreland, and now we could have new jail prisoners, whatever you want to call them, of Bellic, Michael, Mahones, and Teabag getting put in the same prison in Panama, which would be really interesting because, you know, different laws, different people. You know, you think bribes are running riot in Fox River. I wonder what it's like here. I have no idea even what Michael's actually walked out to. It sounded like he was in the Coliseum waiting to have a big scrap on the outside. So maybe it's going to be really interesting. But from the final, like, 10 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes, it kind of makes me think that these people, the company, the general, whoever it is, the person that Kim was working for, has actually got somebody inside of SONA that they're going to have to try and use Michael to extract. Now, Michael's obviously not going to want to work with them, is he? Why would he? He's the reason they're in the situation. He's the reason why they're running, reason why all this has gone down. But then again, when push comes to shove, when times are desperate, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're a kid and your mum says, go and apologise. You don't mean it. You don't want to. Do you know what I mean? But you just do it anyway because it gets you into a better position with everybody else and you can carry on playing your games or whatnot. It's like this. You don't want to work with them, you hate them, you want to take them down. But if they're going to offer you a better way to get out of this prison and not be in there, then you're probably just going to work with it and go with it until you get on the outside and then you could do your own thing. So, mate, I'm interested and really excited actually to see what we've got for season 3. Okay, that's going to wrap up the final episode of season 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the start of the episode where we've seen the most likely to dislike characters of this season. And again, if you've not yet voted for it, don't worry about it because you can still have your say, because when we do get to the final season of the show, we go back and we review all of the different votes and see if anything has changed up until the final episode. So if you've got a character that you want to vote for now, please do, because your vote still always counts, and I can't wait to see if it changes. Now, in today's episode, it was very interesting. You know, I was trying to figure out what was actually going to happen. How was he going to conclude the episode? You know, was Michael going to hand over the money to Mahones? Well, it turned out that Mahones had his own plan. He wanted to disappear, but also take Kim down as well. He's sick of him, everything that he's done, the positions that he's put him in. He wanted to try and flame Lincoln and Michael as well. Kind of kill all the birds at once, if that makes sense. You know, kill 3 birds with 1 stone, if you could say that, by taking them out and getting these 2 arrested. But the interesting thing is we had the reveal that the Lincoln and Michael technically didn't really need to be killed anymore. Lincoln was innocent. Michael's going to be used to go into this prison, and I believe anyway, even though it's not fully been confirmed, that they need somebody extracting out of it. And because they're in a country that don't let people come in and take people, and they have their own laws and their own, you know, like ways of doing things, that they're going to need Michael on the inside to work with them to do that and achieve it. And it's going to be really interesting. Next season, I feel like it's a great approach to go into a new prison system, see new characters, easy way to influx the cast with new members. You know what I mean? If you're going to be in a new place, you're going to need new people. You're going to have gangs, you're going to have, you know, different personalities, lots of different kind of like corrupt guards, you know, drugs getting taken, going on, leadership roles, rankings, gangsters, you know, just everything that's going to be going on next season. I think it's endless possibilities, if I'm being honest. I mean, it looks like that Sarah possibly is not being charged with the murder of Kim. And it may be all falling down to Michael, because she did go into the prison. She did go to the police station. She did give a report, and he let her walk off. Now, Lincoln's obviously gone over. He's tried to speak to her. Don't know if he's seen that she's been tailed as well, but he's definitely a free man. they didn't catch him. Don't look like they're after him either. And I like how Killerman's come in, revealed everything. You know what I mean? He's finally had his innocence proven because, you know, it has been 2 seasons. And I'm not saying that being on the run is not great, but it is also a drag, like I was saying, when you're so close and then so far away, then so close and then so far away. And it's just like, mate, can this information just get out there? You know what I mean? We all know it, they know it, and it's good that the general public now know it. And unlucky to Killerman, you know, death by firing squad. He opened the back door, got shot a few times, but I feel like he actually has been really good. You know, first season when he was first introduced, he annoyed me, just the way he looked, the way he was smug. He was another version of Kim, but I feel like Bill Kim's like way worse in just his smugness. I mean, I like how he had Sarah tied up, if I'm being honest, Killerman, and he was like, hi, my name is not Lance. You know, that type of smugginess, that was pretty good. But he's come in, name dropped everything, tried to take the system down. He's obviously been trialed himself and killed, and he knew it was happening as well. He said as soon as he come into the courtroom that he's pretty much signing his own death sentence, and that actually was the case. You know, the same day or the day after he did get taken out. Talking about Killerman now, obviously he's been killed. You know, we've had quite a lot of deaths this season. We've had Killerman who's died, Bill who's died, he was a new character, but he's gone as well. Abruzzi's gone. Soul's Haywire, Tweener, and, you know, Tino has kind of left the scene as well. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's like 6 characters that have kind of left the show. And only like Mahomes has kind of been reintroduced into it. So then it does give me a positive in thinking that we're going to have some new people being shown in this season. Well, season 3. And I'm just excited for the prison facilities. And I actually think the use of Bellic is really good. I just do. I feel like he's a good character and the way he plays. And I actually really enjoy me. I feel like him and Teabag, and just because he's obviously been their kind of boss and before and bullied them kind of like in the prison system, that now they're on the outside and they kind of like equals and they're always on the run as well. Like, you know, it's always back and forth against each other. And I mean, Sucre is kind of all right. You know, he's still on the run. He's not really been arrested, has he? He's bleeding out on the floor there. Did you see him when he went over to try and get Bellic? He was asking where Mari Cruz is. I'm interested to know where she technically is. Did he actually grab her and lock her up, or was he just, did he just go in and manage to like rob the necklace, and then he was kind of, what would you call it, like bluffing that he kind of had her under his, you know, like control / location. We don't really know that yet, but Sucre is devastated, and maybe he's another reason. Maybe next season as well he works with Lincoln to try and get him out because he needs to find this information from Bellic, and Bellic saying, look, I won't give it you unless you actually free him. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's another possibility as well. So I'm really excited for season 3, to be honest. I feel like this could be another season 1 full of excitement, twists and turns, and I can't wait for the escaping to see who's actually inside. It might be good if there's characters that we've seen before who maybe have been in Fox River and then been moved over into this. I doubt it, but the introduction of new members is what excites me the most, and the possibilities are literally endless. It's a new prison system. Michael can't plan his escape like he did prior. Do you know what I mean? He had it tattooed on him. He kind of knew everything. You know what I mean? He's kind of got a bit of OCD. It has to be to the T, perfect. He knows what he was doing. Here, going into this place, he's got to think fast on his feet, which I think he's actually really good at as well. Do you remember when he was sat down and he was reading all these codes out from the handbook, you know, the AA one that Sarah was taking part in, and all of this stuff? You know what I mean? He was created to put codes in there to figure out stuff, and I do think that he's really clever. And I feel like him and Mahomes inside the prison as well, maybe they become friends. You know, sometimes you've got to make alliances, and this could be one of them, knowing them before going in and knowing what they can achieve and what they're able to do. And he could decipher Michael's codes pretty quickly, and Michael could make the codes quite fast as well, and putting 2 heads together is better than 1, and maybe they could try and get out together. It's going to be really good. I actually feel like next season could be one of the best ones out of the whole show, and I cannot wait for it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.